I'm in Singapore airport. I've just landed, just arrived from Hanoi. I flew in with Singapore Airlines on an A380. I didn't review that one because it's an old plane and they're rapidly being phased out as Singapore Airlines gets all their new A350s. Now, this next flight though is very, very exciting. I'm looking forward to this one. This is a new and still very new product on Singapore Airlines, which is the A380 first class suites. This is a new one that converts into a double bed and a double cabin if you're travelling as a couple. So you've probably noticed I'm standing here alone. I'm about to head over to the lounge where I've got to meet a very special person, and then we can fly to Sydney. Let's go. There she is. Hello.
Oh, good darling.
How are you?
Good. Flight?
Lovely flight. For you. I better have one as well.
Alrighty.
By way of introduction, for those of you who haven't met, this is Julie, my wife. And she'll be accompanying me on this flight through to Sydney tonight. Looking forward to it, aren't we?
Lucky me, yeah.
This first class lounge is very nice. However, we needed to do some shopping, so headed down into the terminal where we stumbled across a treat. Now, as you know, I'm a great lover of Changi Airport. I think it's the best airport in the world. It turns out they're now having a whiskey festival where we're tasting whiskey. So let's give this a go.
And we only have 204 bottles.
It's only 204 bottles here.
Only available here. Yeah.
So this is exclusive to Changi Airport. It's only 204 bottles here. That said, it's about $1,100 a bottle, so I don't think I'll buy more than the case.
This is actually one of our exclusives.
Oh, that is delicious. Very spicy. Yes, that is nice. If you're watching this and are ever thinking of buying me a birthday present, I'd recommend this. So we have a non-whiskey drinker here. What did you think?
Easy to knock back a little shot or two.
You like that?
Nice. I have to say I do like that. I think they drank this kind of whiskey in Outlander, actually.
You reckon they did? Can I just say that rather than travelling alone, it is actually really nice to be sharing an airport experience with somebody I love. I've spent the last 10 days travelling alone. We've just done whiskey tasting. It may be the whiskey that's talking actually, but it's a lot more fun than being here by yourself. Whilst this first class lounge is very nice, the suites passengers on the A380 actually get access to the private room. Let's go and do that. The private room features a full a la carte dining room. However, by now we were short of time, so Julie just had a quick but quirky dessert.
This is a dessert with longan. What else did it have in? Did it have ginseng, red bean, maybe? It's a dessert anyway. Well, let's have a look.
It's a dessert and it's cold soup.
I'm about to try this.
The verdict?
Really good. Not as sweet as I thought. Yeah. Refreshing. Fruity. Just what I felt like.
Okay, it's time to board. Let's fly. Thank you. That was lovely. Bye-bye. Let's go. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, B1?
I think I am B4.
B4? Yes, it is. Let's go. Good evening. How are you?
How are you?
I'm very, very well, thank you.
Yeah, am I on camera?
Oh, looking forward to this one.
Thank you.
I just need to touch the outside of the plane because it's just what I do.
Morning, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Fantastic. So 1F, 2F,
You're in here, darling.
is Morgan yourself?
Cheers. Here's to a great flight.
Too far away, Dennis.
I know. It's too far away. Let's head over there. This is probably my most favourite time of ever saying this. Cheers. Here's to a great flight.
I think it will be.
The Kruger's a good one. It will be. Cheers.
Welcome aboard Singapore Airlines. We'd like to take a few moments to show you some of the key features in your suite. The above seat icons appear. You may then further adjust the recline and calf rest for more comfort. During takeoff and landing, face your seat forward by selecting the takeoff and landing icon. For entertainment, swivel your seat to the TV position. Adjust the TV for a better viewing angle and dive into Crisworld using the wireless tablet. Your bed can be adjusted for reading and watching movies from the lever below. Just pull and adjust the recline to your comfort. We have designed several light settings to suit your needs. Select your choice from the credenza, the wireless tablet, or directly from the lights themselves. There are also task lights if you need additional lighting. These can be enabled by pulling them out and pushing them back to turn off. Don't forget to save your preferred lighting modes and entertainment choices on My Crisworld so you can access your playlists and resume your movies on your next flight. There's also a spacious table in your suite. To deploy and stow it, our cabin crew will be happy to assist. Thank you for flying with Singapore Airlines. Have a pleasant flight.
Place it over your mouth and nose. Pull the lateral straps to tighten it and breathe as usual. Secure your mask first before helping others.
As we take off, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's the only hope I ever have of catching up with Sam Chewy. Also, now is probably the best time to tell you about Dashlane. They are sponsoring this video, and considering the cost of these flights, their support is very much appreciated. I've been using Dashlane for the last 6 months and I love it. It has made my life easier and much more secure. Rather than remembering dozens of passwords and which email addresses they are linked to, now I only need to remember one. Their autofill feature saves heaps of time, and the one-step checkout process means I no longer have to type out my credit card details when shopping online. It's brilliant. Their VPN connection is great for travelling when I'm using public Wi-Fi networks, and it's just got even better because now you can choose your VPN server location from 23 different countries. So now you can access content globally that would otherwise be blocked. Dashlane are giving my viewers 2 months free when they sign up for a 12-month subscription. To get started, simply click on the link below and use the coupon code Dennis. The first class suites are located at the front of the upper deck of the A380. The layout is very simple, one central aisle with just 3 suites on each side. The wall between suite 1 and 2 on each side can be lowered to create the ultimate couples retreat. I'm sitting in 1F here, and the best seats for couple are seat 1F and 2F. There's Julie. The suites in row 3 are designed for single travellers. I cannot overstate how incredible these suites are. Every single airline seat I've ever sat in has a compromise due to space. That's just the realities of air travel, where space is always a premium. Even the Etihad first class apartments are staggered to enable them to fit more in. However, here on these Singapore Airlines suites, there has been absolutely no compromise at all. The amount of space is unprecedented. Each suite measures an incredible 2.5 metres by just over 2 metres. This means that when the wall between suite 1 and 2 comes down, the space created is a room of 2 by 5 metres. This is just mind-blowing. In reviewing my photos and video footage, at times it doesn't even look like we're on a plane. That's an incredible achievement and is something no other commercial airline I've seen has ever managed to create. We spent the first part of the flight just playing with the seats, trying out the swivel function and checking out the massive TV, which of course moves for the perfect viewing angle. The seat itself was super comfortable. As you can see, these seats and suites have all the bells and whistles, including plenty of storage areas, various lighting options, and lots of space. The tray table is huge and of course adjustable. There was simply nothing that I could fault on these suites. As you can imagine, the menus on this flight were very substantial. I've included them in full at the end of the video. In addition to the onboard menu, Singapore Airlines also offers its Book the Cook service on these flights, which give you a massive selection of dishes that you can pre-order before your flight. Once in the air, it was straight into a Singapore sling with warm nuts. I'm not sure I've ever mentioned this in a previous video, but I'm a great lover of in-flight pyjamas, and when you're flying first class, you're guaranteed to get a pair of in-flight pyjamas. The thing is, they keep your clothes crease-free and they make for a much more comfortable flight. So here they are, the Singapore Airlines Suites first class pyjamas. Look at that. With matching slippers. Very, very nice, very comfortable. They're a lovely brand too, Lalique. Haven't heard of them. I assume they're from Fiji or maybe France. I don't know. It's very nice. And this other bathroom, look how big this is. Massive full size mirror. Vanity there. And there. And the toilet. This really is an amazing aircraft, an amazing first class cabin. Well, this is a step above first class. This is suites. This is definitely suite. So my wife tells me that Lalique is actually pronounced Lalique and is a very famous French brand. It turns out that they also do the Singapore Airlines amenities kits. Here's the male version and the female version. Next, it was time to settle down for some dinner. I started with some garlic bread and an entree of chicken salad DNAs. Both were delicious. Next came the soup. I chose the Beluga lentil soup with roast beets and mint chutney. Again, very nice. For mains, I went with the grilled prawns with Spanish tomato almond sauce. The prawns were cooked to perfection. Then came the absolute highlight of the meal, warmed apple raisin pie. It was incredible and probably the best dessert I've ever had in the sky. Whilst enjoying dinner, I cranked up the Chris World entertainment system. I've covered this system in my various other Singapore Airlines videos, so I won't go into too much details here, other than to say it's one of the best in the sky with heaps of choices. The main difference in first class is that you have a massive screen, and they supply Bang & Olufsen headphones. I don't want to be controversial, but I reckon even Jeb Brooks would appreciate and approve these headphones. This aircraft was Wi-Fi enabled, and Suites passengers get 100 megabyte of free data. It worked well, and I was able to follow my flight on Flight Radar 24 and post some pics on Instagram. By now, we were getting a little tired, so the wonderful crew made up our bed. Once snuggled in, we took some souvenir photos, and it was time to close the door, turn off the lights, and enjoy the privacy of our suite.
I'm quite home awaiting you. Fall in love with me, baby. Fall in love with me, baby, now. For the cold of evening.
Neither of us smoke, and we were on a plane. So instead, the next morning we enjoyed a nice cup of tea and some bickies in bed, like a good old married couple. Sadly, the flight to Sydney was only 7 hours. We could happily have stayed on board for another 5 hours. Before we commenced our descent into Sydney, we enjoyed some light fresh fruit and a double espresso. As we come into land, I really want to give a shout out to the crew. They were sensational and really made sure that we had a great flight. Thank you. That was a wonderful flight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.
That was really, really great. We've arrived in Sydney. They've let us through customs, and we're about to head over to the domestic transfer on our flight to Adelaide. My verdict, best flight ever. That was sensational. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Wonderful way to fly.
Fantastic. It really is nice. That I would rate as a step above Etihad's first class apartments. The sense of space, the comfort of the chair, the way it swivels around, the bed, everything was fantastic. The crew was really good, food was nice. The sense of space when you're travelling as a couple and they put the divider down and it turns into a double bed, it was a fantastic flight, really, really good. So would you do it again?
Oh, I would.
So would I.
I feel very spoiled.
Yeah, it was very, very grateful that could have this experience and understand that we are very, very lucky. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you haven't done so, please do check out my channel where you'll find a whole lot of other reviews and there's more on the way. In the meantime, as always, happy travels.